Did I make a mistake? That's the question I've been wrestling with, and that's going to be the topic of today's video. Before we dive deeper, let me introduce myself. My name's Andre, and ever since I was a kid, I've always loved creating things. I loved drawing. I remember as a kid, a friend and I, we started a little comic series. I don't think we ever finished a single issue, but we were obsessed with it. I used to love writing fiction. Around like 12 or 13, I was building out this fantasy universe, trying to invent how the magic system worked. I had notebooks full of maps that I'd drawn, along with sketches of monsters and creatures that inhabited like the different regions. If I could tell my younger self one thing, it would be to take better care of those notebooks. You're gonna want to see them when you're older. When I was around 7 or 8, my parents got me into piano. I was decent, but the spark wasn't there. I tend to fixate on things that I'm passionate about. So if something doesn't grab me, it's hard for me to stick with it. Then, when I was 16, I discovered something that did grab me.
What did he say?
Death metal. I had already dabbled in guitar, but now I had a genre I loved, and I dove in head first. I'd spend hours in my room practicing. I formed bands. We made terrible music that we loved. And eventually, it led me to my current band, Deadwold Reclamation. But hobbies cost money and bills don't pay themselves. In my early 20s, I took a job doing debt collection for a credit card company. I told myself, this is just temporary. I'm not going to be doing this forever. But 10 years flew by. With that came apathy, burnout, and the slow grind that comes from working through multiple economic crises, especially COVID. And eventually, it got to me. I quit. We had some money saved, and I wanted to go back to school. So, I enrolled in my local community college's game design program. Getting out of finance felt like finding shelter after a decade-long storm. Life felt good again. And then it got better. We found out we were expecting a baby. That changed everything. Suddenly, the timeline shrank. The job market is tough right now, and my only career experience is in debt collection. And I can't do that again. I've been falling in love with 3D art since I left finance. And if I'm going to build a life where I create things for other people to enjoy, this is the moment. But with how uncertain the industry is right now, especially with AI and layoffs, waiting around for a studio job is not an option. If I want a creative career, I cannot wait for someone to hire me. I have to make my own income now. So here's the plan. Step 1, make things. Step 2, Step 3, profit. But to put it simply, my goal is to make money making cool things. I recently finished a 3D project, and since then I have been hooked. Whether it's making music, which my band is working on new music right now, or working in 3D, I'm all in. Right now, my degree is focused on character creation, but for the short term, I need to be a generalist. So I put together a learning plan, including tools that I'll be using. On top of that, I'm carving out time to relearn drawing. I want to start learning how to code in C++, and of course, as always, I will be working on music. So, although I am studying character creation, my immediate goal is to start leveraging the skills I already have to start freelancing, especially for people in the metal scene. Some of the people I know, including a few that are in more well-known bands, might need 3D work, but to work with them, I need to be good enough. So that means skill stacking, practicing constantly, and building a portfolio fast, which brings me to this channel. I'm starting this channel to stay accountable and to share the journey. I'll be creating a lot of cool stuff, so why not share it along the way? I also want to get comfortable with the Adobe Suite. What's a better way to learn video editing than editing my own content? And honestly, I'm in my 30s making a career change, but here's a quote that I have always believed in. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is now. If this journey reminds even a single person that it's never too late to start pursuing a dream, then it's worth it. Alright, inspirational speech over. Let's be real. This is not going to be an anime training arc where I come out a 3D master after like 3 months. There are a lot of obstacles. The industry is saturated with talent, AI is doing AI, and time is limited, especially with life, school, and the baby on the way. Time management is going to be everything, as well as consistency, which sometimes I have struggled with. And of course, I'm going to have to face my own skill gaps and self-doubt daily. But as long as I go to bed better than I woke up, then we'll call that a win. So this channel isn't just a side project, it's part of the journey. The goal is to post every 2 weeks at a minimum. My short-term goal is to earn money through freelancing. Or this, long-term, to keep creating, learning, and improving every day. If by some miracle I land consistent, high-paying work, then I'll still be here. Still learning. Still growing. So, did I make a mistake? Was it a mistake to walk away from a job I hated to pursue a dream? No. The only mistake would have been waiting longer. Oh, and I mentioned earlier that I finished a project recently. I'm going to be discussing that further in the next video. So, if you want to come along for the ride, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'm stoked to learn and grow with you.